Hi, today I want to show you more ways of getting raspberries into your diet. As you may know, raspberries are packed with plant chemicals, or phytochemicals as they're sometimes known, that are thought to protect us from a whole range of health problems. One compound in particular in raspberries is called ellagic acid. It's a tannin which has antioxidant, antimicrobial, antifungal and anti-cancer properties. So it would be great to get raspberries into our diet almost on a daily basis. The problem with raspberries is that they're not always easy to get hold of, especially when they're fresh. They're quite expensive, they go off very quickly, often they're already moulding in the punnet before you even get it home. So today I want to show you how you can prepare raspberries in such a way that they can last you longer and you can have a little bit every day. Raspberries are probably the food that contains the highest amount of ellagic acid, but there are other fruits that contain this. For instance, strawberries, cranberries, walnuts and pecan nuts and pomegranates. If you know my book, Zest for Life, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of fresh food over frozen food, but I make an exception for raspberries because I think they're actually much more convenient when you buy them frozen. First of all, you can buy them throughout the year. The season for fresh raspberries is fairly short. Secondly, they don't get processed in any way, they just get frozen at peak ripeness and popped in a bag, and when you defrost them they taste exactly like fresh raspberries. Also, you can just keep a bag of them in your freezer and take out as much as you need at any given time, so it's actually much less wasteful than buying a punnet and then throwing half of it away because you didn't get around to eating it before the mould got to it. One way of making raspberries more versatile is to puree them into a coolee, which is a French word for basically a fruit sauce. And it's very, very easy to make. You can freeze it in small portions, for instance in an ice cube tray or in small boxes, and take out whatever you need. And as I'll show you in a minute, there are lots of different ways of enjoying coolee. Making raspberry coolee isn't at all complicated, and it doesn't require any complicated equipment either, not even any electricity. All you need is a stainless steel food mill. They're very easy to find in any good kitchen store or on Amazon. They cost about $30. A stainless steel bowl and about 1.5 pounds of defrosted, formerly frozen raspberries, which I will drop in here. And then all you need to do is turn them through the mill and watch the lovely thick sauce come out the other side. Occasionally go into reverse to loosen things up and keep turning for about 2 minutes, occasionally pushing down some of the fruits that are squishing up the sides until there's really only pulp and seeds left. So now you see there's really nothing left here, and all the lovely juice and pulp have come through. So you scrape off the underside with a spatula to make sure you're not wasting any of the precious raspberry coolee. And you have a lovely thick sauce. Now, on its own it's going to be very tart, so we're going to sweeten it with some acacia honey. I like to use acacia honey to sweeten desserts because it has a lower glycemic index than any of the other honeys. It's in the 30s, I think 35 or 38, which means that it doesn't cause the blood sugar level to go up as sharply as when you're using different kinds of honey or sugar. And that in turn means there won't be such a sharp release of insulin. And both high blood sugar and high insulin levels and IGF-1 levels, all of which are connected, are known to promote the growth and the spread of cancer cells. So it's very important not to oversweeten our food and to stick to low glycemic carbohydrates. Now, depending on the sweetness of your berries, you may not have to actually put that much honey in. I usually go for 2 to 3 tablespoons. Yeah, I think I'm going to put one more in. But ideally try to get away with as little as possible. This is obviously rather a lot of raspberries, so it's going to need a little bit more sweetener, but 3 is usually the maximum needed. So give it a good old stir, and then you can start using it. There we go. Now let's have a look at all the delicious things we can do with this raspberry coolee. First of all, you can jazz up a boring old morning oatmeal by drizzling some coolee on top and then scattering it with a few chopped walnuts for extra ellagic acid as well as omega-3 fatty acids. That's a fantastic and filling start to the day. So that's idea number one. Number two is you can add a bit of interest to a fairly standard apple, orange, banana fruit salad by drizzling it with raspberry coolee. Gives it a bit of sauce and moisture and just much more fruity tang. And then you pop a mint leaf on top. If you can catch some kiwi, that'll add a few nice green touches to the salad. Next, chocolate cake. Instead of serving it with whipped cream or custard, you can serve it with, yes, raspberry coolee. This is the chocolate cake recipe, the Queen of Sheba chocolate cake recipe in Zest for Life. I serve it for birthdays, even children's birthday parties. It always goes down really, really well. And the coolee makes a perfect complement. Chocolate and raspberry go really well together. Finally, I've got another little suggestion. This is a curd cheese that I've drained, and you can tip it over so it keeps its shape. And yes, drizzle it with raspberry coolee. Sorry about all the dripping. This is actually a very common dessert in a lot of French bistros. It's refreshing, light, and absolutely simple to make, as you can see. You can also serve waffles or pancakes with raspberry coolee, a lot healthier and less sugary than syrup. Or why not add a glug of raspberry coolee to a fruit or vegetable smoothie to add a bit of a fruity tang. Or finally, if you mix them with some Greek yogurt and fill them into popsicle molds, you'll have delicious, healthy treats for the summer. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any other ideas for uses for raspberry coolee, please put them in the comments box below. And if you want to contact me directly with any comments or questions, please go to the website www.zestforlifediet.com, click on the author tab and send me an email. I look forward to hearing from you.